I've got 92 million problems, and a quarterback is every single one of them. There is a fundamental disagreement brewing on the show. Noah and I are on the opposite sides, so I can't wait to hear what you guys think. Make sure you're hitting like, hitting subscribe, leaving a comment, and hey, give us a call and leave us a voicemail so we can put your opinion on our next show. This disagreement, though, is about the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns for 2026.
Yeah, and it all kind of spurred from an article from Mary Kay Cabot, who, in my opinion, is the number one Deshaun Watson propaganda pusher in Cleveland, Ohio. But it came out that Todd Monken was intrigued by once elite Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson, who is 100% healthy now and throwing again on Wednesday, which was this video if you haven't seen it already. And I love that he's rocking the white helmet. Just randomly picks one of the best colorways. Anyway, I don't think we're going to see any of Deshaun Watson. That's where we disagree. Erik thinks he's going to play. I don't think he's going to play. I think he is going to be the emergency third string quarterback for the entirety of the season, barring multiple quarterback injuries.
I disagree immediately with that. First of all, money does not lie, and I know we're so excited to get on the other side of this contract, but he's still guaranteed $92 million, I think it is, through 2026. The Haslams didn't give him the most guaranteed money in NFL history to watch him hold a clipboard on the sideline and be a third string quarterback. There's no chance of that. If he's actually healthy and able to get on the field and shows some promise in practice. I'm not saying he needs to look all elite, but if he could throw the ball, sunk cost fallacy is real here. And I think that ownership is going to be demanding a return.
I completely disagree because there's comments out here that go against what you're saying. And that is why one, Jimmy Haslam, and this I think was actually a Mary Kay article as well that they're referencing on cleveland.com. He came out and said, "You can hold me and D accountable for it." And they also said that we took a big swing and a miss with Deshaun Watson. You don't say that kind of thing if you're going to go back and push for him to play just because you're paying him money. The money doesn't matter. They're going to continue to kick the can down the road anyway. It's already gone, it's already spent. When you guarantee a contract, you have to put all $230 million of that money into escrow and it pays out over time to what the terms of the contract are. So Andrew Barry, Jimmy Haslam hasn't seen that money since what, 2022 when the trade went down. I don't think it matters, man.
Jimmy Haslam was also at his wedding after that statement. Listen, I think the healthy narrative here is everything. If Deshaun Watson comes to camp moving like he did pre-injury, one good preseason when he's looking like vintage Deshaun, and they could decide that that pressure is enough to start him. You have a coach that I think will. I don't know actually how the coach will react to pressure from ownership. That'll be an interesting one. I think though that the problem in Cleveland or in any sports town, the moment that Shedeur is going to show some human in him, that he's going to lose a game or two or three, you're going to hear calls and hear pushes for this from the media, from maybe not fans, but I think we see it before long. When you have a talking head on TV going, well, what about Deshaun Watson? You paid him $250 million, quarter of $1 billion. He's over there on the sideline. Why not try it? You're 0-4.
You think the team's going to start 0-4? That's another
I
question
hope
for another
not.
day.
No, I would
Yeah,
say
I,
no,
I don't
but
either. And I think you're putting too much. I just don't think they want to deal with it anymore, too. The amount of boos that are going to rain out of Huntington Bank Field if they put
they
Deshaun
rain
Watson out there.
now.
What?
They rain now. Who cares?
They don't rain like they rain for Deshaun Watson. I was at that game when he got hurt and the cheers rang out. It was a wild scene. I think
And
you're
Noah,
also
tell
for
me this. Hold on. Pause real
yeah,
quick because what happens when Deshaun Watson comes in, leads the Browns downfield to a victory? I'm in la la land, but just bear with me.
you are because
Leads
it's
the
not going to
Browns
happen.
to a victory. He looked good in a couple games. Give a little credit where it's due.
5 years
Pause.
ago.
Pause. No, for us. He looked good in several games for us.
Five
Leads
years
the
ago.
team down to a victory. You don't think those boos turn into cheers?
No, because
All that matters is winning.
I think everyone is so over this, plus the off the field
What if he
issues, plus
wins?
he can't be healthy. He hasn't been healthy one time that he's worn orange
I
and
want to be
brown.
clear, by the way, because you make it sound like I'm in favor of this. I'm not. I just think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen by probably, like, week 6, to be honest with
That's
you.
crazy. I don't think we're going to see a lick of Deshaun Watson unless, of course, there's an injury to Shedeur, an injury to whoever they bring in to be the backup, whether that
It's
be keeping Dylan Gabriel or not, which I think we both agree is not going to happen. And then only then would be the only time you ever see Four step foot on the field again for the Cleveland Browns. Other than
so
that,
why
he
won't
can
you
be
put your
Coach
money where
Watson.
your
He can
mouth
have
is?
his. What do you mean? What do you mean?
We talked about this off air, and I said, "Okay," or maybe it was on air, I don't know, and I said, "Okay, put up a whole dumplings meal or put up
We did.
100
We already
bucks."
did this on the show. We put an
I
order
don't
of
think we
dumplings
did.
on it. Yes, we
No,
did. We
because I
virtually
said an entire meal, I didn't say an order. I don't think
and
we
I
did.
said I would do an order, and you said, "Okay, deal." Shake, 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 and we
Okay,
shook
fine,
on
but if you're
camera.
so confident, let's double or nothing.
No, I don't want to. You can't bully me into it on the show.
What
You're
about
forgetting something too.
First of all, John came to a live show of ours and gave either one of us the best take chain, and you just took it because that's what you do. You take
He gave
everything.
it to me, first of all.
Bullshit. And
No, I
I
texted.
think it's time that we admit that I was right about Kevin Stefanski. You loved him. I was clear from the beginning. I was right about David Njoku. You said he's definitely re-signing and staying. I said no chance. Uh, Name something else. I was right about the amount of wins that we'd have. That one was more against John than against you. So, I mean, I think it's time you give credit where it's due and maybe hedge my way a little bit.
No, no, because you
Okay.
got three things right. You want a cookie? Good for you, buddy. I don't
I
care.
got 3 bold predictions right.
Bold
I
is a
got 3
stretch.
predictions that went exactly opposite of yours, and I'm in the W column.
That's
I'm gonna
great.
order my own
Again, do you
best
want
take
a cookie
chain.
for
You'll
being
probably
right
take
on
it,
the
but I'm
show?
gonna
I'm
order
glad.
it.
I could give you a bunch of examples of all of us, me, you, John, Matt, our hosts before it was just you and I, being right about their predictions. And why I feel so confident about my thought process of what's going on here. This photo, this video that came out when Todd Monken was brought in to be the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. First day, who's there? QB1, Shedeur Sanders. Who wasn't there? Who's over in, I think he was in like Milan or something like that, vacationing with his girlfriend, probably taking his walking boot off because he can. Deshaun Watson. He is not in the plans of this football team. They've made it abundantly clear with how they've talked about him in the media. The only person that is even talking about Deshaun Watson at this point that gets us riled up to talk about this topic every 3 to 4 months is Mary Kay Cabot because she's on the payroll of Deshaun Watson. And I'm saying that as I jest, of course. But
Facetiously, right.
yeah,
You know a saying of mine, not of mine, but a saying that I rather like?
what's
Do you
that?
know how to make God laugh, Noah?
No, I don't.
Tell him your plans. Plans are great. The Browns had plans last year, I imagine, as well. Those go out of the window. You know, Mike Tyson said when you get hit in the mouth, that changes quickly. What happens when we're hit in the mouth? We're going to stick with number 12 for 16, 17 games if he's looking like hot garbage, which, for the record, Shedeur fan, don't think that's going to happen. But if it does, because of factors outside of his control, O-line, wide receiver, etc., you think they're just sticking with him the whole season?
Yeah, no, I think they would switch eventually
Have
to the
we
guy
done
that they
that?
bring
Yeah.
in to be their backup. Yeah, I don't think it'll be Deshaun Watson because of the
All right.
headache that he is and the person that it just doesn't make sense. We're
So they're
done with
cutting
the
Dylan Gabriel?
I give him to Atlanta for a 7 for 7
No,
pick
that's
spot
fine,
for all
but
I
I'm
care.
I'm curious. We have 3 quarterbacks on the roster. So you say they're bringing someone else in and that guy will start. I'm just trying to use logic here. If
Yeah,
somebody else that's not on the roster is going to start, then Dylan's gone because they're not cutting Shador, obviously, and they're not cutting Watson.
right, yeah, Dylan's gone. I think we both agree on that, right?
So the guy that started how many games last year, you think will be gone, but the guy that will still remain, Deshaun Watson, won't start a game. There's fallacy in this argument.
No, there's not. That's how I'm reading the situation, and you think the same thing. You think Dylan's gonna be gone, do you not?
I'm not saying he won't be gone. I'm saying using that to predict what will happen with Deshaun, your argument just has fallacies. It has holes all over
Even
it.
I okay, so even if they keep Dylan, I think they'd play Dylan before they played Deshaun Watson if Dylan was the second string quarterback.
I just want to be clear. I want to add one addendum to our bet.
Oh god.
If I win, if Deshaun Watson starts a game for the Cleveland Browns, not due to 2 guys being injured in front of him, I want that best take chain along with my dumplings.
That's fine. You can have it.
Shake, shake, shake.
Even though John issued it to me and I'm staring at it right now, man.
He did not. We're live on air. We can pull the clip. So we just disagree here. What else is new? I want to hear what you guys think, though. Leave a comment or give us a call. Call the show at 216-260-3433. You can leave a voicemail for us. We'll play it. If you say I'm wrong, we're probably not going to play it, but leave a voicemail anyway. I'm just kidding. I could take that on the chin from you guys. I don't know. Fundamental disagreement here.
It is a fundamental disagreement as well, but I think I speak for both of us. And yes, I'm trying to bring it together at the end. So we're all happy and brotherly again, as we try to be as often as we can on the show. That we do think and we do want to see Shedeur Sanders succeed. We think that is the best
1000%.
option for all parties involved, whether it be the Shedeur fan base, the Browns fan base, the Browns front office, Shedeur Sanders himself. This conversation and this argument has nothing to do with the lack of belief in Shedeur Sanders. It has everything to do with the dysfunction, I think, of the Cleveland Browns. Am I right, E?
100%. And it has nothing to do with any positivity towards Deshaun Watson. I'm in favor of shooting him into the sun. Um, I want to be clear on that. I'm not like a number four lover over here. I'm predicting the tea leaves here, and that's what I think is going to happen.
You not throwing those fours up, E? No fours. It's wrist up, right? It's no fours. It's wrist up.
It's wrists up, and there were a lot of Deshaun Watson 4 jerseys every time I go to the team store, which is often.
Which is crazy because they still have them at full price every time I go in there. It's the full 150. No, these aren't going to the clearance rack. You're gonna pay for our 230 million dollar mistake. Like, what the hell are we doing, Browns?
On that note, the debate never ends, but the show does for now. We'll see you next time.